Dear students, now let us see energy concept in simple harmonic motion. So a particle in a system, does it have energy? So definitely it has energy because particle has velocity. So because of velocity, it has kinetic energy. Clear? Similarly, when it is displaced from the mean position, clear? Spring develops a restoring force. Not only spring, any restoring force will be developed. Clear? So this restoring force, so it will do some work on the body, it will do negative work on the body. Clear? Not every time negative work. When body is moving from mean position to extreme position, then restoring force will do negative work. Clear ma? So this amount of work done will be stored as potential energy inside the body. Clear? So definitely body in a simple harmonic motion, it has both kinetic energy as well as potential energy. Clear? So first of all, let us study about potential energy stored in the body. Clear ma? So for example, let us consider this is a spring which is present at the mean position. Clear? Then this spring, I have elongated this one by a distance of x. This is the direction of elongation. Clear? So therefore, spring develops a restoring force which is Fr, and this restoring force is directly proportional to minus x. So here minus indicates that if elongation is in one direction, restoring force will be in opposite direction. Clear ma? And if I remove this proportionality constant and place a symbol and place a constant, then Fr is equals to minus kx. So this is the amount of restoring force which is developed in the spring. And what is meant by k here? K is nothing but spring constant, SHM constant, oscillation constant, or you can call it as vibration constant. Clear ma? Now for a small displacement, the amount of work done we can write dW is equals to F into dx. Already we have studied these concepts in work, power and energy topic. Clear ma? So therefore, if I am supposed to calculate a total displacement for a displacement of x, then you have to integrate it on both sides. Then work done is equals to integration from 0 to x. So F into dx. What is F here? The restoring force applied by the spring. So F value is minus k into x. So work done is equals to minus integration of 0 to x. Instead of F, I can write kx into dx. Clear ma? So therefore, work done is equals to minus k integration of x into dx. Limits are applied from 0 to x. So therefore, integration of x is x square divided by 2. So therefore, minus k x square divided by 2. Therefore, half k x square. Clear ma? So this is the amount of work done by the spring for a displacement of x. And spring has done negative work in this condition. Why negative work? Because spring is moving in one direction, restoring force is developed in opposite direction. And restoring force is not a constant, it is a variable. Clear? So that is the reason why we have applied integrations here and we have calculated the work done by the spring. Clear ma? Now this amount of work done by the spring, it will be stored as potential energy inside the spring. Clear? So therefore, what can I say? Therefore, potential energy stored in the spring is nothing but half k x square. So this is the amount of potential energy stored inside the spring. Are you able to understand? And what is k? K is called spring constant, SHM constant, oscillation constant, or vibration constant. So this k has a magnitude. K is equals to m omega square. If I substitute this relation, then potential energy is equals to half m omega square into x square. So this is one equation of potential energy. Are you able to understand ma? So therefore, how can I calculate kinetic energy now? Clear? What is kinetic energy? So kinetic energy is equals to half mv square. Because kinetic energy depends on velocity, no? So therefore, kinetic energy is equals to half mv square. Clear? And already we have studied an equation for velocity in terms of displacement of the particle. Clear? V is equals to omega into square root of a square minus x square. So take this relation, substitute here. So kinetic energy is equals to half m omega square into a square minus x square. So this is the relation of kinetic energy which we got in terms of total displacement through amplitude A and displacement x. Clear ma? So therefore, potential energy is half m omega square x square. Kinetic energy is half m omega square into a square minus x square. Clear? So after this, let us try to calculate the sum of these two energies which is called as a total energy. Clear? So let us see. So now we will study about total energy. So what is meant by total energy? It is the sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy. So kinetic energy is how much? Half m omega square into a square minus x square, and potential energy is how much? Half m omega square x square. So if I take half m omega square common, then I can write a square minus x square plus x square. So plus x square and minus x square get cancelled. So half m omega square a square. So this is the equation for total energy of the particle. Clear, ma? Now if you see this relation, what do you understand? So total energy is half m omega square a square. So what do you understand by looking at this relation? Clear, ma? So what is the difference you find in potential energy, kinetic energy and this one? Clear? In potential energy and kinetic energy, we have a term called x. But here this total energy is independent of x. Clear? Similarly, it is independent of time also. T is also not present. No, T means small t, instant of time. That is also absent. It means total energy, it does not depend on displacement. Similarly, it does not depend on instant of time also. So therefore, we make a note of this statement. So what is the note point here? We write total energy is independent of instant of time and displacement from the mean position. Clear, ma? So this is called as total energy. Okay. Now if you see here, mass is a constant, omega is a constant, amplitude is a constant. It means total energy is also a constant. Clear? So total energy of the particle performing simple harmonic motion, it is always a constant. Then what are the variables? Variables are kinetic energy and potential energy. So continuously kinetic energy changes into potential energy when body is traveling from mean position to extreme position. When body is returning from extreme position to mean position, potential energy slowly converts into kinetic energy, and at the mean position, potential kinetic energy becomes maximum. Clear? So potential energy and kinetic energy, they interchange with each other, but total energy is always a constant. Clear? So this is one method of understanding these equations. Now let us see if we can write some more relations based on them. Let us see another form of potential energy and kinetic energy. Now these are the equations of potential energy, kinetic energy in terms of displacement of the particle from the mean position. Now we will study dependence of this kinetic energy and potential energy in terms of time. Clear? So let us see how we can write. See, ma'am. Potential energy is equals to half k x square. So half k can be written as m omega square, x can be written as a sin omega t. What is this relation? This is the relation of displacement of the particle from the mean position with respect to time. Similarly, if I differentiate this one, dx by dt is nothing but velocity, no? So it can be written as a omega cos omega t. Clear, ma? So here if I substitute x value is a sin omega t, then I will write, so a square sin square omega t. Similarly, kinetic energy can be written as half m v square. So half m, instead of velocity, what can I write? I can write a square omega square cos square omega t. This is the relation which I can write. Clear? So therefore, again if I calculate total energy, then again it is the sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy. So therefore, if I add both of them, half m omega square, here also half m omega square a square, I can take common. So half m omega square a square, and in the brackets what I will get? I will get sin square omega t plus cos square omega t. So sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So here I will write 1. So therefore, total energy is how much? Total energy is half m omega square into a square. Clear? So this was the same relation which we got previously, no? So previously also we got the same relation, half m omega square into a square. Clear? So here now you see what is the difference between potential energy, kinetic energy and this total energy. So here potential energy and kinetic energy, you see the term T here. But here in total energy, we don't have the term T. Clear ma? So therefore total energy is always a constant. So this we can understand by this mathematical analysis. Are you able to understand? Now let us see how these kinetic energies and potential energies, they will change. Clear ma? Let us see. Clear? So, see ma. So if I take the path traveled by the body in SHM, then what can I say? This is the mean position. Clear? So at the mean position, when body is traveling from the mean position towards a positive extremity, then its velocity will be maximum. So here velocity is maximum. So velocity is maximum, and what about displacement from the mean position? It is 0. Clear? So therefore total energy can be written as sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy. Kinetic energy is half mv max square. Potential energy is half kx square. So half m v max can be written as a into omega, already we have studied, and x value is 0. So therefore total energy is half m omega square into a square at the mean position. So this is the total energy at mean position. Clear ma? Similarly at the extreme position, here what can I study here? Here I can say that velocity is 0, displacement is maximum, which is plus a, positive amplitude. Clear ma? So therefore again if I calculate total energy, which is the sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy, kinetic energy is half mv square, potential energy is half kx square. So this value is 0 because velocity is 0, and instead of x I can write a. So half kx square. So therefore total energy is how much? Total energy is half kx square. So total energy is half k. Instead of k, what can I write? I can write m omega square. Sorry, this is a, no? So maximum amplitude is a. This is a square. So therefore, instead of k, I will write m omega square. So m omega square into a square. Clear ma? So this is the total energy at extreme position. Clear? So therefore, if you observe here, total energy at the mean position is half m omega square a square, and this is the energy only because of kinetic energy. Similarly, if you see energy at the extreme position, it is half m omega square a square only, but this is the energy because of potential energy. Clear ma? So in between mean position and extreme position, what is happening? So from mean position to extreme position, here kinetic energy is maximum, no? So this kinetic energy slowly converts into potential energy, and at the extreme position, potential energy will become maximum. Clear? Similarly, while returning back, what will happen? Again, potential energy slowly converts into kinetic energy, and at the mean position, kinetic energy is maximum. So this is how energy changes. Clear ma? Okay. Now let us try to represent a graphical representation of this one. How can I represent the variation of energy with respect to displacement as well as time also? Clear? So let us see. So variation of energy with respect to displacement. Clear? So, or we can say graphical analysis also. Variation of energy with respect to displacement from mean position. Clear ma? How can I draw a graph? Let us see. So this is the mean position, and on the x-axis we are taking energy as our parameter. So this is plus a and this is our minus a. Clear ma? And this is the mean position. Are you able to understand? So if I draw kinetic energy graph, then how can I draw kinetic energy graph? Kinetic energy, it is maximum at the mean position, and at the extreme positions it is 0. Clear? So if I calculate kinetic energy at different positions and draw the graph with respect to position, that is displacement of the particle from the mean position, then this is the graph which I will get. The graph which I will get will be this one. Are you able to understand? So graph will be like this. Clear? So then how can I draw? Let us draw first of all total energy graph. Clear ma? Then if I draw potential energy graph, potential energy at the mean position is 0, no? So therefore we get a graph like this. Are you able to understand? So what is this line? This is the line of total energy. Clear? So this is the graph of kinetic energy, and this is the graph of, this is the graph of potential energy. Clear ma? So this is how energies are changing with respect to time. Clear ma? So at the mean position, kinetic energy is maximum, potential energy is 0. Clear? At the extreme position, kinetic energy, which is kinetic energy, this one, kinetic energy is 0, potential energy is maximum. But total energy is always a constant. This is the total energy graph. It is always a constant. Are you able to understand ma? So this is how I can draw what you call energy and displacement graphs. Are you able to understand? So now similarly, let us draw the graph of displacement and time and energy graph. Clear ma? Let us see. So first of all, let us understand what is meant by time period. Already we have studied this one more. So if this is the mean position of the particle, clear ma? If this is the mean position and total time period, if it is a t, then from mean position to extreme position, time taken will be t by 4. And from extreme position to mean position, again time taken will be another t by 4. So t by 4 plus t by 4 will be t by 2. Clear? And from mean position to another extreme position, another t by 4 will be taken. So total it is 3t by 4. Clear? And from negative extreme position to mean position, another t by 4 will be taken. So total time taken will be t. So this is called as time period. Already we have studied this one. Now with respect to time, let us see how energy is changing. Clear ma? So therefore this is the energy graph and this is our time graph. Clear ma? So here energy is indicated on the y-axis. Clear? And this is time. Clear? So initially this is 0 time. Now let us take equal intervals. So this is a time of t by 4 and similarly this is a time of t by 2. So this is a time of 3t divided by 4 and this is a time of t. Clear ma? Now from the mean position, what is meant by mean position? This position. When particle is traveling away from the mean position, from there we have calculated time. So 0 means what? 0 time means particle is present at the mean position. And at the mean position, kinetic energy is maximum because velocity is maximum. So therefore, if I draw the graph from a time of 0 to t by 2, 0 to t by 4, what will happen? This kinetic energy which was maximum, it will become 0 by the time it reaches to the positive extreme position. Because at extreme position velocity is 0, so kinetic energy becomes 0. So therefore from 0 to t by 4, graph will change like this. Graph will change like this. Clear ma? From t by 4 to t by 2, what will happen? Again body is reaching to the mean position, so again its velocity becomes maximum, so potential energy also becomes maximum. So therefore from t by 4 to t by 2, the graph will be like this. This will be the graph. Are you able to understand? And from t by 2 to 3t by 4, so again velocity will become 0, so again kinetic energy becomes 0. So therefore graph will be like this. And similarly from t by 4 to t, again body reaches the mean position and velocity will be maximum. Are you able to understand ma? Similarly, if I draw graph of potential energy, what about potential energy? So this is the graph of kinetic energy. What about potential energy graph? At the mean position, potential energy is 0. But from 0 to t by 4, body is reaching to the extreme position, no? So potential energy becomes maximum. Clear? So therefore, how can I draw the graph? This is the position. So potential energy changes like this. And from next time interval, again potential energy becomes minimum. So for the next interval, potential energy again becomes maximum. And from another time, for another t by 4, again potential energy becomes 0. Clear ma? So this is how potential energy and kinetic energy, they will change. Then what is this straight line graph? This is the graph of total energy. Total energy always remains a constant. Clear ma? So here one thing which we can observe is that in a time of t, in a time of 0 to t, body oscillates one time. That it has a frequency of 1 in a time period of 1. That is, in one time period, it will complete one oscillation. For example, let us consider. Clear ma? So therefore, in the same time period of t, potential energy and kinetic energy, they are oscillating 2 times. Clear? How? So this is one maximum and this is another maximum. So potential energy has reached to maximum 2 times. Clear? Similarly, this is one maximum of kinetic energy, this is second maximum of kinetic energy. So potential energy and kinetic energy, they are oscillating two times. Clear? So therefore, what can I write? If frequency of body in SHM is F, then frequency of kinetic energy and potential energy is 2F. Clear ma? So if body is oscillating one time, in the same time potential energy and kinetic energy are oscillating two times. Clear? So this is a very important factor in the case of total energy. Okay ma? So this is our energy concept. So let us have further discussion. So therefore we have written equation for total energy. So total energy is equal to half m omega square a square. Clear ma? And let us see some more additional forms of this total energy. So omega can be written as 2 pi by capital T also. So if I substitute this one, so total energy is equals to half into m into, so 2 pi by capital T whole square into a square. Clear ma? So this is 4 pi square divided by T square into m a square divided by 2. So 2, and here I will get 2. So 2 pi square m a square divided by T square. So this is the equation for total energy of the particle in terms of time period. Are you able to understand ma? Similarly, we have omega is equals to 2 pi f also, or 2 pi nu also, where nu and f, they are called frequency. So if I substitute again in that relation, then total energy is equals to half m. Instead of omega, I will write 4 pi square f square multiplied by a square. So therefore, total energy is equals to, so 2 pi square m f square a square. So this is also one more relation for total energy, but in terms of frequency. Are you able to understand ma? So therefore, these are the other two forms of writing total energy equation. Clear? Similarly, if I want to calculate, or if I write equations of kinetic energy and potential energy for complete oscillation. What is meant by for complete oscillation? In a time, the particle completes one complete SHM, one total cycle. So for one complete cycle, if I take average kinetic energy, then it is equals to 1 by 4 m omega square a square. Similarly, average potential energy is equals to 1 by 4 m omega square a square. Clear ma? So these are the average kinetic energy and average potential energy for one complete cycle. Are you able to understand? And there are some calculations of this one which we are not doing. So just you are supposed to remember these two equations. Okay?